What's up, everybody? I've always had a feeling like the media try to cover up Jeffrey Epstein and Trump's relationship for whatever reason. I don't know why they don't want to cover it. A lot of people say because it involves a lot of other people as well. But this is something that people need to know, because why did Jeffrey Epstein know what was going on in Trump's administration? Mind you, Trump always said they didn't really have a close relationship after the early 2000s. And Trump has basically tried to separate himself from Jeffrey Epstein. But these secret recordings, it seems that Jeffrey Epstein knew a lot what was going on in the administration. So I'm going to go ahead and play the intro, and we'll be right back and get into it. And it's just a minute, so it's not that long.
We have a snippet from one of the conversations that I recorded with Epstein, and I think this was in a restaurant in 2017.
His people fight each other.
Right.
And then have outsiders. He sort of poisons the well outside. He will tell 10 people Bannon's a scumbag, and Priest is not doing a good job, and Kelly has a big mouth. And what do you think? Jamie Dimon says that you're a problem, and I shouldn't keep you. And I spoke to Carl Icahn, and Carl thinks I need a new spokesperson. So Kelly, even though I hired Kellyanne's husband, Kellyanne is just too much of a wild one. And then he tells Bannon, I really want to keep you, but Kellyanne hates you.
I'm going to play it one more time because I forgot they have words on the screen. So I'm going to blow the words. Well, not the words, but I'm going to blow the video up so you guys can see that. Because I know the audio is kind of hard to hear. Here we go.
We have a snippet from one of the conversations that I recorded with Epstein, and I think this was in a restaurant in 2017.
His people fight each other.
Right.
And then have outsiders. He sort of poisons the well outside. He will tell 10 people Bannon's a scumbag, and Priest is not doing a good job, and Kelly has a big mouth. And what do you think? Jamie Dimon says that you're a problem, and I shouldn't keep you. And I spoke to Carl Icahn, and Carl thinks I need a new spokesperson. So Kelly, even though I hired Kellyanne's husband, Kellyanne is just too much of a wild one. And then he tells Bannon, I really want to keep you, but Kellyanne hates you.
I have more than dozens. I probably have 100 hours of Epstein talking about the inner workings of the Trump White House and about his long-standing, deep relationship with Donald Trump.
So there you have it. Let me go ahead and take this down. Again, he was talking as if he still had a connection with Trump. He knew what was going on in the White House. Again, Trump has always tried to separate himself from Epstein and pretend like, oh, I don't even know that guy. I seen him around, like he always does. But why does he know the inner workings and who like each other and who don't like each other? Now, I want to go ahead and get into this where Michael Wolff, who's exposing all of this stuff, talks about how Jeffrey Epstein has pictures of Trump with young women, aka girls, topless, sitting on his lap.
United States, and I think frightening.
Put on one if you can hear the podcast.
Because the most inappropriate person to be the president of the United States was probably Donald Trump. Yes. But also I couldn't help but feel that there was a level of personal fear there. So he's having this conversation with me. And as I say, I'm writing Fire and Fury. I'm trying to figure out Donald Trump. It's as confounding to me, of course, as it was to everybody. Who is this guy? Yeah. How did this happen? But in having this conversation, Epstein, on more than one occasion, would bring out these photographs that he had of Trump. And there were about a half a dozen photographs. And they were, from the late 90s. Mm-hmm. They were Trump at Epstein's Palm Beach house, sitting around the pool with these young girls. And the young girls are topless, and in some of the pictures they're sitting in his lap. I mean, and then there's one I especially remember where there's a telltale stain on the front of Trump's pants, and the girls are pointing at him and laughing. Where are these pictures? He would go and he would take them out of the safe, and then he would return them to the safe. And I would say it was likely that they would have been there when the FBI, Trump's FBI at that point, not to put too fine a point on it, raided Epstein's house and took the contents of the safe in 2019. Wow. Is there a Steve Bannon connection in this? There's been a lot of reports about it.
So, yes, his place was raided. So I'm very curious to know the context of all the stuff that they had in Jeffrey Epstein's safe. And this is why people go like, I don't believe Epstein unalived himself. I believe someone did it. Again, if you go on Twitter, all those QAnon people, they like to throw Bill Clinton in there, and Bill Clinton did X, Y, and Z. But it's all like, are we forgetting about Trump? Now, I'm all fine. If Bill Clinton did do something, throw his ass up in jail. Let's not pretend like it's okay either way. Throw his ass up in jail. But why do we never connect Trump to any of this? Why do we pretend like it never existed? And mind you, mainstream media has not covered this. I have not seen anyone from mainstream media cover this at all. It's all been quiet. And mind you, this dropped yesterday. No one has talked about it, except for a few people on YouTube. But I mean, as far as major outlets, mainstream media, we know the right stream media, as far as Fox News, Candace Owens, who else? Tucker Carlson. We know they're not going to talk about it because they don't fit their narrative. But again, that conversation with Jeffrey Epstein that I played in the beginning, that was from 2017. 2017. So he knew the inner workings and everything. Him and Trump did have a relationship with each other. It's now he wanted to basically separate himself and pretend like, I don't know anything. All these accusations of Trump being a pervert and being a predator, and on top of that, having multiple different lawsuits, people believe that this guy is innocent. No, he's just as dirty as anyone. It's so crazy when you look in Kamala Harris's comment section, they call her Super Diddy. Super Diddy, connecting her to P. Diddy. But it's so crazy how they're connecting her to Diddy when there's no photos of her and Diddy together. Remember we talked about the story about how they're saying that her and Montel Williams have a sex tape and all this stuff? No evidence of that. But Trump, who literally has thousands of pictures, let me not say thousands, many of photos with Jeffrey Epstein, Diddy, all names of people, you know what I mean? But connected to these people, and honestly, this conversation isn't about Diddy. It's about Jeffrey Epstein at this point. Thousands of pictures. You see videos of them together hanging out at parties. Come on now. We're going to play like this doesn't exist, like these people aren't connected. Like I said, Michael Wolff is still ain't shit because you should have been let this out. Mind you, when you wrote, because he talked about how when he was writing his book, he was having these conversations with Jeffrey Epstein. So you waited 8 years to put this out? 8 years to put all this information out. You wait until now when you should have been put this out. This is something that should have already been out. This is crazy to me that we had to wait this long to get this information out here. And again, I don't know why CNN, MSNBC is not talking about this. I mean, let me ask you guys, did you guys hear about this at all? Put a 1 in the chat if you've seen anybody covering this. Put a 2, you didn't see anybody covering this. I did not see anyone really covering this. This should be headline breaking news. It really shows you what they want to put out there and what they don't want to put out there. One, but not on mainstream. Thank you, Ronnie. Yep. And mind you, when I first had heard it, I was all like, oh, maybe it's like AI or they doctored his voice. But I had seen that the Daily Beast had put their name on it. Like they put their stamp on it, like, oh no, this is legit. Also, like, oh. And you know, media is media lies and stuff like that. Excuse me, we can always say that. However, I don't think something like this they would try to lie about. I don't think something like this they would want to put their name on it and then have a chance that, oh, this could be a fake story and have their names tarnished. But yet, you still have people out here talking about how great this man is and how much they love this man. It just proves like they don't care about character. They don't care about character at all. It's some kind of pseudo thing that they think that they're going to get from Trump, which they're not going to get. But they feel like they're going to get this pseudo thing from Trump and make it seem that, oh, he's going to come in and save the day. It's not going to happen. And I bet you anything, you're still going to have people who defend him, who try to throw other people's name out there. And like I said, I'm fine with if you want to throw other people's names out there who should go down as well. But at this time, it's only Kamala and Trump running for office. Those are our two choices. Now, we can talk about third party a different day, but for right now, those are our top two choices. The choice is yours. That's all I have to say. But I definitely wanted to put this out here. I wanted to put this out here because I feel like someone needed to make sure that this goes around. Just like when we were talking about the other guy, the CEO from Abercrombie and Fitch. I was like, oh no, we definitely need to talk about this and report on this because this is sick. It don't matter the skin color, who they are. If they're wrong and they did something wrong, then they need to be exposed. That's how I felt. And usually when I talk about politics, I do it the vertical way. I didn't want to do it vertical because I didn't want all the trolls. I know a lot of y'all, some of you guys said, oh, the Russia thing was fake and all this other stuff. No, there's still the Russian bots and all that. There's still a lot of trolls, a lot of bots. I'm not saying all his support is all bots. No, I would never say that. But it's still a lot of bots out there. Nothing but bots. Not real people at all, not real profiles. There's just a whole bunch of bots out there. So just be careful, you guys. That's all I'm saying. And do your own research. Make sure what is being reported is true. Don't go by the headlines of, oh, this seems something. I just read this headline, but I didn't actually read the article or look into it. Read everything. That's the best information I can give anybody. Read the whole thing. Do not just read the title and all the clickbait because, yeah, you're going to be very upset when you find out what you thought was not true. But I wanted to bring you guys that information. This is just going to be a short show. Thank you guys for coming. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Thank you guys for supporting. And we'll be back with another show because I definitely want to talk about the Megan Thee Stallion situation with the documentary and everything going on with that. I appreciate you guys. Love y'all, but we out. Deuces, everybody.